Listen, you are not alone. With God, we are stronger together. I'm glad you're along with us this morning. I'm Rob. This is Liz. And the other gentleman that is joining us is Kirk Cameron in the flesh, baby.
Hey, baby.
I am
great to
totally
be with you guys.
geeking out right now. Mike Seaver, what?
All right.
Well, it is so great to be with you guys. Thanks for having me on his radio.
Well, first thing I want to know is you and Candace Cameron Bure is your, of course, brother and sister. But I'm trying to see if everything is okay after you ran over her on a go-kart. Is she okay? And is your relationship with her repaired now?
It almost sounded like you were saying that I ran over her on a goat.
Yeah, on a goat. I was getting close to
Not
that.
this time.
I don't remember that. She's doing okay. Thank God. We were filming an episode of a TV show I was doing called One-on-One, and I had these great one-on-one heartfelt conversations, and then it's a one-on-one competition with go-kart racing, and I'm telling you, it really was her fault because she tried to get in the lead, and I was going to pass her on the inside lane, and she cut me off, and then my car went right up. I T-boned her and went up over the top, and it was really scary. Everything just screeched to a halt, and we rushed to the emergency room.
Oh.
Her wedding finger had been smashed, and so it was pinching her finger. We thought maybe something had broken, but they were able to get the ring off. Nothing was broken. She was fine, and the most embarrassing part of the whole thing was after I apologized for sending my sister to the emergency room, I asked her if we could finish the episode there in the hospital bed.
Just like a brother.
I mean, just like a brother and like a producer. The show's got
true.
Oh my goodness. So it all worked out well. And Candace is fine. In fact, we've been talking to each other an extra amount because of our Hope Rising event. And so I would love to have her come on his radio sometime. Has she ever been on the program?
Yes, she's been on once. We've had her on, a couple of times. And one where we went to New York City to spend some time with her before she was going to be on with The View. So that was good. Hey, by the way, since we're on that topic of your sister, what's this whole thing with you and a throwdown with a workout?
I mean, you heard about that. So,
yeah.
Well, so I have everywhere I go, I hear people say, like, they don't say, hey, you're Kirk Cameron from Growing Pains. They say, hey, is it true you're DJ Tanner's brother? That's my new claim to fame now. And people say, oh, I love your sister. She's adorable. And I love her workouts, her online workouts. She's always staying so fit. And I thought, you know what? She's like bouncing on a yoga ball. She's just sort of sitting on a yoga mat, and she's doing these little exercises with a rubber band strapped around her knees. And I was like, you know what? If you want to see some real workouts, you got to just hang with me for a while. Mm-hmm. And so I just threw down this challenge for her to try to top a real manly man's workout. And so we've been having some fun going back and forth. And the coronavirus kind of put a halt to that for a little while, but we need to fire it back up again.
Yeah, you can do it virtually, and I think you need to do her workout and see just how hard she's doing it.
No, it's painless.
Well, you can tell they're pretty painless, right, Rob? I mean,
come on.
They're
I got to get Candace on the phone.
Because Kirk is doing CrossFit stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. That's right. I mean, it's a whole different level.
Wow. Well, I heard that you've been talking to each other a lot more now because of coronavirus and the social distancing. So what are those conversations like?
Well, they've been Zoom conversations, Skype conversations, FaceTime, all that. And it's really been our whole family. Maybe you guys have experienced this too, but family members are playing Yahtzee and Trivial Pursuit together over FaceTime, right? Like, how fun is this? You get like 30 people on your laptop screen. And I feel like, wait a minute, why aren't we doing this all the time? This is such a great thing. We should do this every Sunday night. We should just get together with grandma and grandpa and everybody. And so in some ways, I think we've discovered new ways of connecting with each other. And it's been really great.
Mm. Your baby girl is 21 years old, Anna.
Wow.
That's right. And now if she were here, Rob, she would correct you and say it's Anna.
Anna.
And
yes.
Yeah. In fact, we spelled her name Ahna. sort of a phonetic spelling so that people would say Anna and not Anna. I mean, I like both of the names, but we really liked Anna. She turned 21 this year, and my sons have their birthday on the same day. 2 days ago, they just turned 17 and 20. So I can't believe it. My kids, 6 of them, are now all young adults. I mean, they're 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, and 17.
And you've been spending so much time, like the backyard fire pit kind of thing, and
that's right.
Doing the backyard camping, and even up in the hills.
That's right. We've had so much fun together, and all of the funny quarantine family memes are been cracking me up. My kids have been sending those to me. I saw one where a guy said, this quarantine has really been great for me and my wife. We've finally gotten caught up on the last 15 years of everything that I've done wrong in our marriage. One lady said something like, hey, please send your thoughts and prayers to my 16-year-old daughter. I asked her to do something.
The struggle is real.
I know. Do you know, somebody told me that in China, the applications for divorce have increased since they released the social distancing ban.
Really?
Yeah, like this is a real thing. And I mean, some of it's funny, but you also think of, how awful it must be for couples where, they really don't get along, where they don't have the forgiveness and compassion that, that we try to emphasize in a Christian concept of marriage. And, people who are in domestic abuse situations or just really nasty, abusive people, and now they're stuck in the house all day long with them. These can be really trying times on many levels that we don't even think about.
Well, you have a huge ministry to help out with that as well.
Well, I mean, marriage has always been important to us. And so not just movies, but Chelsea teaches a class at our local church to moms and wives about marriage and family. And then we even have an online course that you can take called The Heart of Family, where Chelsea and I are sitting at our kitchen table and we're talking all about marriage and parenting. So that would be a great thing for people to check out, especially if they're struggling with relationships in their home.
Yeah, my daughter just got married in our backyard during social distancing.
Oh, wow. How great is that?
It was beautiful. It ended up to be beautiful.
Was it stressful, or did you like that?
What now?
Was that stressful to the max, or was that actually really special?
Well, she's a nurse, and so she had to be tested for COVID-19 the Monday before she was going to get married that Saturday. And the results didn't come in until Saturday. So yes, very, very stressful. And then it was stressful. Like, woo, God's timing. That's all it was the entire time.
How did you manage pictures and all of that? Because the reason I ask is because my daughter, Isabella, is scheduled to get married in May. And we're not sure what to do because, with the social distancing, how's everyone going to take pictures? You can't even hug your family members at the wedding. So How did you work all that out?
So it was the end of March, and so some of the tighter restrictions weren't quite on. So once she was tested and found negative, we were allowed to have 10 or fewer people. We had 9. Her husband's father was the minister, and so that helped, in part of the situation. And then a photographer came and stayed 6 feet away from us the entire time.
So it was a teeny tiny wedding.
Yeah,
9 people. Yeah.
Okay.
But so, those are some of the things that everybody's dealing with. But what I was going to say is, I think it's so important for newlyweds, for those that are thinking about getting married, to go through some of this counseling that you're talking about in some of these classes.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Taking a class and a course on marriage before you get married or when you're newly married is so important. So many people wait until there's trouble. And when there's trouble in your marriage, it's hard to fix things when they've been damaged badly. It's so much, I think it's so wise if you can. It's never too late. It's never too late to turn to God. It's never too late for him to heal your marriage and to help you work through issues of forgiveness. But if you have the opportunity, start off on the right foot. Learn about all of these things before you make tragic mistakes.
Give yourself a good basis.
Speaking of Bella, wasn't that a Christmas proposal?
It was a Christmas proposal.
Yeah.
It was so, and we were in on the surprise. So her fiance came and asked my wife and I if we could have lunch with him, and he told us his intentions, asked for our blessing. We gave him the blessing to ask Bella to marry him. And on Christmas morning, she thought he was still in Texas. Bella had come home to California, and that morning we all went out on the back porch to take a family Christmas photo. And in the middle of us standing on the steps, her favorite song started to play on a speaker. And she said, "Luke, why are you playing my song with Justin? That's Justin and my favorite song." And then all of us sort of just abandoned her on the steps, and the door behind her opened up, and out steps Justin with a jewelry box. He gets down on one knee and asks her to marry him. It was perfect.
Wow.
I'm getting teary-eyed.
How did he
Yeah,
ask
it's pretty
you?
great.
How did he ask you for her hand in marriage?
Well, we just, like I said, we went and had lunch together, and he said, "You know, I really love your daughter. I've grown to love her, and I want to spend the rest of my life with her. I want to protect her and provide for her, and my mom and dad have taught me, you know, the importance of God first in our marriage and in my heart. And I'd like for your, you know, for you to give me your blessing on asking her to be my wife." And boy, that was a big moment, Rob. That was a big moment. I have not had that happen before. This was the first time, but we couldn't have been happier. We just love him, and we think he's such a great guy. We are so thankful. He is an answer to parents' prayers. 20 years of prayers were answered that day.
That's good. Wow. Kirk Cameron spending time with us this morning on his radio. Thank you, Kirk.
Oh, my pleasure. You know, I'm going to have to send you a picture of that proposal if you don't have it. I'm not sure if Bella posted it online, but I've got a great picture that I can send you.
Definitely. We would love it.
Okay. That sounds great. Well, so good to talk to you both. Thanks for all that you do on his radio. You're always encouraging us, always pointing us to our hope and our healer. And I thank God for you.